Are you with me? Hello. I have already assumed that you don't know anything, but I can ask question because you have done this subject somewhere. So I will ask question to understand how much you know. Understood? So to understand how much you know. Correct? So what is accounting? Anyone? You need to participate. I said answer even you don't know. Accounting. Okay. Correct. 50% correct. CA बन गया. Not perfect answer. But 50% okay na. 50% marks I will give. Means you have an ability to pass in exam. Okay, I am very much happy. You are happy or not? Anyone more want to add something? मजा आ रहा है मतलब. अरे बोलना रे. Whatever you know, just say. Think that we all are brothers and sisters. We are a part of family. ठीक है? No one, and if someone is laughing, let them laugh. Okay, your answer is your answer. Let them enjoy. Correct? बोल. Anyone? Expenses of the company recorded. We record expenses only. Means recording. Recording is accounting. चलो ठीक है. Anyone more? Add on something. Recording of financial transaction. Means I will say something added. He has said recording. You have said recording, but recording of financial transaction. Okay, correct. Anything more to be added? Means if I say in simple word, point number one, accounting is nothing but accounting is nothing but accounting is the language of business. Oh, language of business. Means I hope you all know that we do accounting for business. Correct? We do accounting for business. And whenever a communication is required, so we require a language for the communication. And that language of business is known as what? Accounting. Means can I say when I am saying language, this is required for communication, for communicating, for communicating the information. बोलो या सुनो. For communicating the information. I think you should write down whatever I am writing. I will be very slow. I'll give you time to write and listen also. Okay? Okay, but you should write down with me because I will धीरे धीरे increase my speed ना. ठीक है? So can you say accounting is a language of business and language is required for communicating the information. Correct? Got it? Write down first, then I will. 1 second. I'll continue. First write down this much. But one request, write down with me. ठीक है ना? You should have a habit of writing with me only. I'll be very slow. Nothing to worry. We have a long relationship of three months. Correct now. So we'll be slow only. चलेगा? Okay. Sir, you said language of business. Can you describe it? Yes, I will describe. Correct. So let us assume there is one person, Ram. You know Ram? Let us introduce Ram. He is Ram with two legs and two hands. Correct? Understood? And this Ram started a business. Okay? Started a business with the trade name Ram and Company. Oh, अच्छा ये बात. Correct. So a Ram and Company is a business of Ram. Means Ram is the owner. Ram is the owner of that business. Ram is the owner of that business. Correct. And can I say during this business, means for the business, He is supposed to deal with many persons. He is supposed to deal with many person. For example, suppliers of goods. Correct, means he will purchase goods from certain person. That persons are known as supplier. Then he need to deal with customer. After purchasing the goods, he will do sale to customers. So he need to deal with what? Customer. It might happen कि Ram require loan for the business. So he need to deal with what? Banks. He need to deal with the banks. And I hope you all know that we need to also deal with the governments. Correct now. Because whenever we do business, we earn profit. On that profit, we need to pay tax to the government. Correct now. So we need to also deal with the government. Means there are many parties with whom we are dealing. Correct. Means can I say in this way? Ram will do their business transaction with many outside parties. Correct. It means he should be able to communicate the business information to whom? The supplier, to whom? To customer, to whom? To government, to whom? To banks or any other parties. The question is that how will transfer that information right now. Just try to understand right now ki I am teaching you accounting subject and you are here to understand accounting subject. My mother tongue is Marwadi. Your mother tongue, I don't know, but it can be anything. It can be Urdu, it can be Gujarati, it can be Telugu, it can be whatever, Bengali. Correct now? Are you able to understand? Now, suppose I started because my mother tongue is what? Marwadi. So I am comfortable in Marwadi. So I started here and I started discussing everything in Marwadi. Will you able to understand accounting subject? No. You will not be able to understand, but I am explaining everything correct only. Yeah, as per my language is concerned, it is okay for me, but you are not able to understand anything because I am transferring all information in some other language. It means a common language is required for proper information to be transferred, and that common language you decided is, will be English. Means can I say English is that language which is known to both of us. Therefore, in accounting world, in business world, a common language was required which can be understood by both the party Ram and what? The other party, and that common language become what? Accounting. Understood? So can you say all this information will be communicated? This will be communicated. Who will communicate? Ram. Communicated. Understood? Communicated to other parties, and for this what is required? A common language is required, and that common language is what? Accounting. But can I say we can become expert in any language when we know the grammar of that language? Without grammar, can you frame the sentence? No. And if you don't know the grammar, it might happen some sentence, whatever you are framing, cannot be understood in a clear way. So to speak that language, we need to know the grammar. So we are here. We are here to understand what? Grammar of which language? अकाउंटिंग ओह अच्छा 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 अभी समझ में आ रहा है यस 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 तो इट मीन्स can I say I am here to give you the knowledge of grammar of which subject of which language, sorry, accounting language. Understood this much, but you are not writing. You are not writing right now. I when I will see that you are writing, I'll automatically become slow. Okay, don't worry. Right, you have written whatever I'm writing, good handwriting, that you should write down. Okay now. Okay. Next time I will not say. If you are not writing, then it is your choice. I can't do anything now. Understood? Yes, sir. So I hope you have understood. Now let us understand what is the actual definition of accounting. What is the actual definition of accounting? So that on point number 2. So accounting, today we'll do the definition part only, nothing more than that. Today we'll do only discussion on definition. Correct? Understood? So accounting is what? Accounting is an art. Oh, ho, ho. Accounting is an art. Art means what? Yeah, in Hindi we say kala. You, any other language you know? Huh? Sales. Skills. English you know. Yeah. So art means skills. Skills means kala. Any other language? चलो ठीक है. So accounting is an art. Art. Correct. Of what? Of recording. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Recording. It means we need to understand the color of recording or art of recording. Correct. Accounting is an art of recording. Recording what? Recording what? Transactions. Transactions. And events. And events. Understood? The accounting is an art of recording transaction events. Events of which nature? Transaction event of which nature? Financial nature. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Means one thing is clear that all transactions and events are not recorded. Only transaction events of financial nature required recording for business books. Understood? So accounting is an art of recording. Recording what? Transaction event. Event of transaction event of which nature? But what is the objective of recording? What is the ultimate objective of recording? To communicate. Oh, that is the ultimate objective accounting. To communicate what? To communicate what? You only say to communicate what? To communicate. Can you say business result? Business results means business performance. To communicate the business results. Understood? To whom? To whom? To supplier, customer, bank, government. They are known as user. They are known as user of what? User of financial statement. Understood? So to whom? Users of what? Financial statement. Acha. Yes, yes, yes. Thora thora we have understood, huh? Not pura. Thora thora. Definition is good. Let us once again read. Accounting is an art of recording. Recording what? Transaction event. Of which nature? Financial ledger. For what purpose? To communicate what? Business result. To whom? To the user of financial statement. But can I say we can understand these entire definition once we understand recording, transaction and event, financial nature, business result, user and financial statement. If we understand this all term, then only we can understand the meaning of accounting in an exact way. So let us start one by one. Let us understand what is transaction. Transaction means what? Transaction means what? Bolo. Bolo. Point number 3. Anyone who can say transaction? Okay, transaction means any act. Whatever we are acting, whatever we are doing, that is a transaction. Right now I am teaching you, that is a transaction or not? You are learning, that is a transaction or not? After my teaching and after you learn the subject, what will happen? You will pass. Passing is what? Event. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Acha, acha, acha. Means, can I say, two or more than two transaction will give rise to what? Event. Will give rise to event. Correct? So events will come from transaction. Correct? So both transaction and event, but of which nature? Require what? Recording. Require recording. So transaction means any act, any business, or any performance, whatever we are doing. Right now, if I start dancing, that is also one transaction. Well, you know how to dance? You don't know. What do you know? Anything you know? You don't know how to dance. Arey, you need to only stand, do like this, tamma tamma. Correct na? The dancing is very simple na. Arey bol na re. Only you need to do some exercise. Correct? You know how to exercise? So we'll start dancing someday. ठीक है ना? So what I am saying, if I start dancing, it is also a transaction. Correct now. What is the event that you will enjoy? You will not enjoy my dancing, but someone will come and start dancing. मजा आएगा ना रे? अरे बोल ना रे. Are you able to understand what I am saying? So if you are getting some entertainment, that is become event. You become happy, that become event. Are you able to understand? Correct. So transaction, that one transaction. Transaction means performance of any act or business or any agreement or any agreement. Means I will say in simple word, performance of any act, whatever you are doing, that is a transaction. And can I say what is the meaning of events? Can I say events means the consequences of a transaction or group of transaction? Either it can be a transaction or group transaction. It can be with one transaction. I said now I started dancing, you become happy. So with one transaction, event came. Sometimes event require two or more than two transactions. Correct? So event is the consequences of one transaction or group of transaction. Yes, sir. Correct? Madam. Event means event means what? Consequences of a single transaction or group of transactions. Correct? At a particular point of time. Acha. At a particular point of time. Means can I say to get a consequence we need to wait for that particular time? For example, I said I started teaching, you started learning, but can I say you'll pass only when you write exam? That become particular point of time, exam day or result day. So you need to wait for that now. The consequences will happen at a particular point of time. We need to wait for that particular point of time. Understood? Correct? So at a particular point of time. This also you have understood. So you have understood what you have understood, Bol? You have understood what? You have understood transactions and event. Correct? Transaction events. Only I have defined only transaction event. Till now I have not defined recording. Recording is coming soon. Correct? Now, can I say, but we have understood one thing that transaction event of all transaction event will not be recorded. Only transaction event which are of financial nature is need to be understood in our subject. So, what is the meaning of financial nature that we need to understand? Right now, financial nature means what? Means financial. What is the meaning of financial transaction? Financial transactions. Madam, any transaction, any transactions which satisfy what? Following conditions. Following conditions are financial transactions. Correct. So there are two conditions. That two conditions satisfy that transaction become what? Financial transaction. First is what? Point number A. What? Which changes the financial position. Financial position. One new term came. Financial position. Financial position means position of assets and liability. I hope you all know asset. I hope you all know liabilities. But I know what you know. Correct? Correct? But till the point of time I come to assets and liability, let us understand whatever you know. So financial position means position of assets and liability. Are you getting what I am saying? Position of assets and liability. So again, that is right on, that is position of assets and liabilities. So बताओ financial position means position of assets and liability of what? Can you say of business? Of business na? We are discussing about accounting of business only. Means any transaction which changes the financial position of business are financial transaction. Okay? Understood? And the second condition is what? Second is what? Which can be expressed, which can be expressed in terms of what? In terms of money. Which can be expressed in terms of money. Means any transaction which cannot be expressed in terms of money can't be recorded, because recording we require money value. We require which value? Money value. So if it cannot be expressed in terms of money value, then it is not a financial transaction. For example, I started dancing. How can I express that dancing in terms of money? I can't express in terms of money now. Therefore, it is not a financial transaction. Correct now? Are you getting what I am saying? Which can be expressed in terms of money value. Money value. Correct? If these two conditions satisfied, then that transaction will become financial transaction. Means coming to my example, I started with Ram. This much you have written, na? You have written this much? Correct. Very good. Excellent. Now I started with Ram, and Ram started a business. This example I started Ram and Company. Okay. I will just try to understand. Ram has a cash of rupees 10 lakh. Understood? I mean, right now we are discussing about what? Financial position of business. Financial position of business. So this is business. Are you able to understand? Correct. Now Ram has given cash of rupees what? 5 lakh to Ram and Company. Quite possible. Means Ram has transferred from his own cash, personal cash, to what? He has given to Ram and Company. Ram and Company. Correct? Understood. So suppose your cash came 5 lakh. Understood. Let us understand. It is a transaction. Ram has given 5 lakh cash to what? Ram and Company. So my question to you all, whether it changes the asset of Ram and Company? Yes, cash is increasing, so it changes the position of asset. First condition satisfied, and it can be expressed in terms of money value. Both the conditions satisfied, therefore it is a transaction of financial nature, and therefore it require a recording. Therefore it require recording. Understood? Let me take another example. So Ram has given cash of rupees 50,000 to whom? To his GF. GF means, you know, I was a good friend. I was saying good friend, but what you are understanding? Good friend only. देखो emotions matching concept. चलो ठीक है. चलो. Good friend can be anyone. ठीक है? Okay, okay, okay. So can I say Ram has transferred cash of rupees 50,000 to any one of his good friend? बताओ. Whether it changes the financial position of business? Huh? No, 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 nothing. Nothing happened to Ram and Company. Nothing happened to the emotions of Ram and company. Whose emotions affected? Ram and good friend. Understood. It means it is a transaction, but it is not a transaction of financial nature. Therefore, it will not be recorded. Therefore, it will not be recorded. Two simple example I have taken. Okay, we will take more example, but I hope you have understood whatever I am saying. Bolo. Understood this point? Correct. So can I say you have understood transaction of financial nature which can be expressed in terms of money value? Which can be, of course, it can be expressed in terms of money value. This cash of rupees 5 lakh can be expressed in terms of money value. Correct? Understood. Now coming to what are the financial event? Financial event. So can I say the consequences of financial transactions of financial event? Consequences of financial transactions of financial event? Simple now. So now you have understood financial transaction. You need to find out the result of that financial transaction. The result of financial transaction become what? Financial event. Understood? So write down point number 6. Write down. So today it will be full theoretical. Huh? Understood? Because can I say if you don't know the meaning of accounting, how can I start accounting? Can I start accounting without the meaning of accounting? No, it is not correct now. It will giving what? Not respect to accounting. We need to give respect to the definition of accounting also na. Correct. So today we'll do only accounting definition. Chalega? Yes sir. So the consequences of financial transaction. It can be one financial transaction. It can be more than one financial transaction. Okay. Financial transactions at what? At a particular point of time is known as what? Financial events. Just try to understand. Whenever we are into accounting class and I am saying transaction event, it means what? Financial transaction event. Can you say in accounting class I will not discuss about any other transaction? So normally when we say transaction event, in my accounting subject transaction event should be of which nature? So normally we call transaction an event, but it does not mean that we record non-financial transactions. Are you able to understand what I am saying? Are you able to understand? Means in my class all are CA student. So will I say CA student, CA student, CA student bar bar? No, no, I will say student only. It is understood you are CA student. Are you getting what I am saying? So in accounting subject, if I am saying transaction, transaction means what? If I am saying event, event means what? But I hope you have understood. Once I will say transaction event will be recorded. To which transaction event? Financial transaction and event. We are discussing about that transaction event. That I just want to convey. So sometime I may call transaction require recording. It means which transaction? So sir, can you give me some example of event, financial event? Can you, miss? I am asking to myself only on your behalf. Means you may ask me doubt now. Sir, please give me some example of what? Financial event. Can you give some example of event of financial nature? You know everything, but you don't know actually what is that example because you have done accounting. It does not mean that you don't know accounting. You know, correct? But can you give? Acha. In accounting, this particular point of time is known as what you know. This particular point of time, you know what is this in accounting? This is what? Year end. Oh, अच्छा ये बात year end. Normally in accounting, can you say whatever event will be recognized at year end, 31st March. Year end means financial year end. Financial year end means in accounting, this will be always what? 31st March. So whenever you are here to find out consequences, so that consequences arises at year end in accounting. Correct? Means let me take some very simple example. Example number one, correct? Suppose you purchase goods of rupees 1 lakh. Batao, it is a transaction, it is not a transaction. Now, when I am saying transaction, which transaction? Financial transaction. So normally in exam they will ask you whether it is a transaction, it is not a transaction. So you should say yes, it is a transaction. In accounting subject, it means transaction means which transaction? Financial transaction. You can't say no, sir, it is not a transaction, it is a financial transaction. Correct now? So I think that will be not correct. So can you say, batao, whether it is a transaction, it is not a transaction? Transaction. Then sale of goods at rupees 1,20,000. So you purchase at 1 lakh, then you sold that goods at rupees 1,20,000. But this is transaction, not a transaction. Transaction only. And can I say, what is the consequence of these two transactions? You want a profit of, oh ho ho, so this 20,000 you earn, this become what? Event. Event. Correct. So can you see this profit, whatever you have earned, that is event. So this consequences of these two transactions is what? Event. Understood? And normally we record profit at year end. Normally we record profit at year end. We prepare PL account at year end. Understood? Let me take another example. Example number 2. Purchase goods costing rupees 1 lakh. Correct? 80% of such goods are sold. So out of it 1 lakh, how much sold? 80,000. Correct? This is also transaction. This is also transaction. So you purchase 1 lakh goods. Out of that 80,000 sold, how much stock remain? How much stock remain? So that is closing stock. So that closing stock is what? Event. Consequences of these two transaction. Understood now? So this become closing stock. अरे बोलना रे. You all know about closing stock. बोलना रे. Closing stock you all know na? Opening stock, closing stock. I hope because you are from commerce background, you know. Correct? So this is event. Correct. Understood. Correct. These two example, I hope you have understood what is event, financial event. Correct. We'll take this slowly. You will automatically understand what is transaction, what is event automatically. But one thing you have understood that both transaction and event require what? I think financial transaction are understood. Now I will not say bar financial. Now whenever I am saying transaction means, whenever I am saying event means. So what I want to say, now you have understood both transaction and event require what? Recording. Require recording. We will record both the transaction as well as event. That I want to convey. That I want to convey. Understood? Bolo. Correct? So coming to definition, let us come to definition, whatever we have understood. We have understood, can I say, we have understood transaction, we have understood event, we have understood financial nature. Now let us come to, correct, we need to record to communicate what? Business result. So what is the meaning of business result? Let us understand. So coming to point number 7. Business result. Can I say, when we say business result, actually we communicate two type of information to the user of financial statement. One is one is financial position of business, means what are the asset and liabilities of that business. Understood? So when you are doing business, You will receive cash, you will pay cash. So how much cash is available at that, that become financial position. Understood? So it means, can I say position of what? Assets and liabilities. Right? Second is what? What is financial performance? Financial performance of business. So when we say financial performance of business, means what? What is income? What is expense? How much income you have earned? How much expenses you have incurred? And income minus expense will be profit or loss. So it means we need to inform how much income and what expense. So basically we try to communicate asset, liability, income and expense. Asset, liability, income and expense. This information will to give to the user a financial statement, how much income we have earned, how much expense we have incurred, what is our asset, what is our liability. Understood? So I hope you have understood business result. Correct. Now the question arises. Correct. Now the question arises. Ki we communicate to whom? We communicate to whom? To the user. User of what? User of. So it means first we need to understand what is financial statement. What is financial statement? So when we say financial statement, in accounting, financial statement include four statements. And the objective is to communicate that statement to the user of financial, means to all the users. Means can is a business information, business result will be given by way of financial statement. So there are how many financial statement? Four. First is known as what? Balance sheet. I hope you all know about balance sheet. Correct? Correct. Second is what? Statement of profit and loss. You can also call it profit and loss account. Statement of profit and loss. We can also call it what? Profit and loss account. Understood? PL account. Okay. Then third is what? Statement of, you know, अरे बोलना रे. Statement of cash flows. Do you know about this? Statement of cash flow statement. You don't know? I also don't know. Nothing to worry. चलेगा. Just write down ना. Write down. So when we say financial statement, whenever we say financial statement, in your mind what should come? Balance sheet, statement of PL and statement of cash flow. And last is what? Notes to account. Do you know about notes to account? You don't know? I also don't know. Leave it. But you should know the name of statement that I am informing. That I am informing. Correct now. So nothing to worry. These two are in CA Foundation syllabus. For these two, you need to come to CA Inter and Final. Okay. Okay, chalega. Even though we don't know statement of cash flow, but we should know, yes, it is a part of what? Financial statement. That you should know. How to prepare statement of cash flow we'll understand in CA Inter. What is notes to account that we'll understand in CA Inter and CA Final. Correct. But I hope you have understood the balance sheet is nothing but a statement of financial position. The balance is required to inform about the statement of financial position. So can I say in this we inform statement of financial position. When I am saying statement of PL, so can I say we record what? All income and expense. Profit and loss means what? Income minus expense. So this become, we record income and expense in statement of PL. We record all income and expense. Understood? And when we say cash flow means cash inflow and outflow. Inflow and outflow. How much cash is coming in, how much cash is going out. It is as simple as cash book. Receipt and payment in cash book. Receipt means coming in, payment means going out. So as simple as cash book, as simple as, correct? So cash inflow and outflow. And the last notes to account is required for disclosure purpose. Disclosure. The disclosure is very important. But you'll understand the importance not in CA foundation, at CA inter and CA final level about the disclosure part. Understood? A simple example I will give about disclosure. A disclosure simple example. Suppose I am doing business. Simple example I just tried to give. Suppose I have doing a business and I have many assets and I have taken a loan from bank of rupees 200 crore. 200 crore. The bank will give if my financial position is good. The bank has given me a 200 crore, but can you say he will give loan only if I have given some asset as security? So it might happen I have given my all asset as security. If I have given my all asset as security, will not record it because it cannot be expressed in money terms. I have taken loan, but all asset has been given as security toward bank. Ownership is not transferred. There is a terms and condition that if I fail to repay, they can seize all my asset. Understood? Are we able to understand? Can I say this information should be also given to the user of financial statement? Even though not recorded, the all asset has been given to whom? Bank. This information is required or not required? Required. So there are some information which is not recorded, but then also required to be given to whom? To the user of financial statement. That yes, all the assets are given as security to whom? Bank. Understood. That is for disclosure requirement. Detailed discussion will not do right now. We'll concentrate on the statement of PL and balance sheet. We'll concentrate on what? Balance sheet and PL. So I hope what we have understood. Let us repeat from the beginning. Accounting is an art of recording. Recording what? Transaction event of to communicate business result to whom? User of financial statement. So I hope now you have understood who are means what are financial statement, but who are user? Who are user? Read on point number 9. So it means now we are discussing about users of financial statement. Understand what I am saying? So there are two type of users. You know about this. There are two type of users. One is internal user. One is internal. Do you know internal and external user? I am just asking. अरे बोल दे yes या no. You don't know. Really, you don't know. Internal user, external user, you don't know. Means one thing is clear that theoretical part nothing has been done. Correct? Theoretical part nothing has been done. Only what has been done? Preparation of balance sheet. मजा आता है उसमें ना. Asset इधर, liability इधर. Correct ना? Income इधर, expense इधर. And that much has been done now. Don't worry. Same thing happened with me when I was in class 11 and 12. Okay? We all are from same background. Correct? Okay. But we need to realize that what we don't know as soon as possible. Now, who will use this financial statement? So there are two type of user. One is internal, one is external. Internal user means who manages the business. Correct? Normally, who will manage the business? So can normally who will manage? Owner will manage the business. So who can be the owner? Can you say in case of sole proprietor? Means I have given example Ram and Company. The Ram and Company was sole proprietor. So in case of Ram and Company, who is owner? Ram. Are you getting what I am saying? So can you say sole proprietor here means what? The sole in case of sole proprietorship. In case of sole proprietorship, right? Owner are known as what? Proprietor. We call them proprietor. But can I say there can be business in the form of partnership also? You all know partnership. In that case, owner are known as what? Partners. And there can be business in the form of what? Company. You all know companies. In that owners are known as what? Shareholders. I hope you are understanding. So this is only change in the name of the owner, but all are owner. All are owner. Understood? Correct. Second, sometime what happen? He with owner, we also appoint manager. We also appoint manager who will manage the business. Means that will be also internal part of business. Internal user. Without manager, we cannot run our business. Suppose just try to understand I am not chartered accountant, but I open one educational institute. Can I run that institute if I am not chartered accountant? So I am the owner, but I appointed one manager who will be my employee, but who will manage the entire institute. So he will manage, so he become the internal part of that business. Correct. So normally in case of proprietorship, in case of partnership firm, that person is known as manager. But in case of company, that person is known as directors. So when we say manager or director, that are interchangeable word. Correct now. So we can call them directors also in case of company. Director also in case of company. So manager we call them in case of proprietorship or partnership firm. In case of company we call them director. Because they are employee. They are the employee what? Employee of business. But then also internal user. These are internal user. Understood? Have you understood? Correct. So who are external user? Bata. Who are external user? Any person other than what? Internal user or what? External user. Any person other than what? Internal user will be what? External user. Means can I say other than other than internal users? Any person other than internal users. Of course, now you have understood. Can you give me some examples? Government, bolo yes or no? Suppliers, bolo yes or no? Yes. Other than managers. Understood. In simple word, any person other than internal users are external users. Understood. Up to this, any doubt? Till now, accounting meaning has not been completed. What is left? Recording is left. Recording is left. Till now, we have not discussed anything about recording. So one thing, batao. Accounting is an art of recording, of transaction event, of to communicate to whom. I hope each term now you have understood. Now only we need to come to recording. If you understand recording, okay, done. Correct. But before that recording, we need to also understand art. What is art? Let us understand what is art. I will not define art, but let us understand what actually art means. Are you getting? Just try to understand what I am doing. If you can understand, it means it is an art. If you cannot understand, means it is not an art. Correct? Understood? Just try to understand whether it is art or not. Are you able to understand? I am giving you my emotions. Are you able to understand? अरे बोलना रे. So it means it is not an art, because it is not. We are not able to provide reliable information to you. I am not able to communicate in a proper way. Let me draw something. Let's see whether you are able to understand or not. Correct? Now say, are you able to understand my emotions? अरे बोलना रे. अरे बोलना. बोल. अरे वाह. Are you able to understand? So okay, it is providing some information to you. Means you are able to understand some information in systematic way. Correct. So it means it is an art. Means providing information in a systematic way is an art. And that art we need to understand how to do recording. Means recording, you are also doing recording. I think suppose your father has given rupees 1000 pocket money to you for 1 month. I think you get pocket money or not? You don't get. You get or you don't get? Huh? You don't get. अरे चलो 1000 रुपीज तो मिला होगा ना कभी बोले या सुनो. So suppose you get 1000 rupees. So now whatever you have got 1000 rupees, you will do some expenditure for that. So you keep recording also. Ki out of 1000 what you have purchased, how much you have given to GF, means good friend. Understood. Correct. Understood. Now how much you have eaten pani puri? You have done recording or not? You have done recording, but whatever recording you have done, that you can only understand. It means that is not an art. So if you record in such a way that entire family member can understand, it become an art. So recording we also do. Recording we also do. I hope you are doing recording of each and every transaction, whatever you are doing. But that might not be in a systematic way. So we are here to understand that we should communicate in such a way that they are able to understand what we want to convey. So that become an art of recording. So we are here to understand art of recording. Art you understood? Now coming to recording. What is the meaning of recording? Write down. Point number 10. Point number 10. The recording means what? So one thing we have understood that transactions and events. Now once again I am repeating, if I am saying transaction event, it is of which nature? The next class I will not repeat this. Okay? Transaction events are to be recorded. अरे बोलना रे. Are to be recorded. Where? We record somewhere in a piece of paper. It may be, but we'll create one books. Correct? So are to be recorded in what? Bookshop account. We'll call it what? Bookshop account of business. Of business. Understood? Now, transaction event are to be recorded somewhere. That place is known as what? Books. Bookshop account. and that book is for which business. Correct? Understood. So there are two type of books which we prepare. How many books? Two books. We prepare two books. First book is known as what? Journal. Oh, acha. Journal. One book name. It is name of the book. Chalega, someone has given name. We are following that name. Are we able to? Don't worry. We'll understand how to record in journal. Someone has given the name journal. मजा आ रहा है. What is your name? Why? We don't know, na. Don't know. Someone has given Amir and we are calling him Amir. Amir. My name is Chiranjeev. Someone has given. My grandfather has given my name. I am following that name. मजा आ रहा है. Correct ना? You may give me some other name. My student call me CJ sir. So I become popular as CJ sir in students' life. So they don't call it Chiranjeev sir, but लंबा होता है ना. They call me what? CJ sir. Understood. So that is also my name only. I can be referred by that name also. Correct na? Yes sir. So journal is the name. The second book is what? Ledger. Oh ho 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 ho. Two book. Understood. So can I say all the transaction events are recorded first where? Journal. From there we record where? The first book is known as what? Second book is known as what? And this recording process is known as bookkeeping. We call it what? Bookkeeping. Acha. Bookkeeping. Bookkeeping. Understood? So whenever we are doing recording in a books of account, that process of recording is known as bookkeeping. So in bookkeeping, we prepare how many books? Two books. There are only two books. First is known as, second is known as, in journal, what we do? In journal, we do recording. A recording. Correct? And ledger, what we do? Whatever is recorded in journal, that we classify. So that is known as what? Classifying. Classifying. Correct? Understood. Means actually these two are recording only. Understood what I am saying? So these two are recording only. We are recording. First where? Second where? Correct? Understood. So first we record where? And from journal where we record? Ledger. But whenever we are recording in journal, we call it is a first accounting process known as recording. Whenever we recording ledger, it is known as second accounting process known as what? Classifying. Now, how to record in journal, that art we need to understand. How to record in ledger, that art we need to understand. And this is what? Bookkeeping. Understood? Have you understood? Bolo. If you have understood, can I ask one question? Let's see. We have done so much discussion. अभी हो गया. Definition this much only. Means with definition we have understood all the terms. Now when I say accounting is an art, of recording, correct? Of transaction and event, of financial nature, to communicate business result to the user of financial statement. All you know. If you have understood, can I ask you something? Let me understand whether you have understood the meaning in actual way or not. Huh? I am asking one question. You need to answer, but raise your hand. Okay? The question is like this. We record all transaction in journal and ledger. Sorry. We record all transaction in journal and ledger. And these two books are communicated. These books are given to the user of financial statement. True or false? These two books are given to the user. Understood the question? Once again. We record or transaction event of financial nature. Na? That is understood. We record all transaction event in two books, journal and ledger, which will be communicated to the users. Which will be communicated means which means journal and ledger will be communicated. All users means users, all users. Normally we communicate to internal and external both. बताओ. Have you understood the question? Question you have understood? I said once again. We record all transaction where? In two books, journal ledger, and these two books are given, yeah, communicated to whom? To the user of financial statement. User means include both internal and external. True or false? What do you say? True or false? How many are saying true? How many are saying false? So those who are saying false, can you give me the reason? Who will give me the reason? Means what is correct? What is correct? If it is false, so what is true? Anyone? Mm-hmm. I'm not understood. Means will not communicate to the other users. First thing, you have said false, it is correct, but I hope तुक्का लग गया. ठीक है ना? Just try to understand. We communicate what? We communicate what? Business result. Business result means what? Financial position and financial performance. Financial position means what? Balance sheet. And financial performance means what? Statement of PL. It means we communicate journal ledger or balance sheet and SOPL. Balance sheet and SOPL, not journal ledger. Means we record all transactions where? In journal and ledger. And from that books we prepare what? Financial statement, and that financial statement is communicated. That financial statement is communicated. One second. What I want to say. We record all transactions where? In journal and ledger. From that journal ledger, what we prepare? Financial statement. And what we communicate? Financial statement. That information is communicated. Means we don't communicate the journal book and ledger book. From that, what we prepare? Balance sheet and SOPL. And that is given to whom? The user of financial statement. Understood? Correct. So can I say this, a financial statement will be prepared from our books of account? So we'll prepare financial statement from our books of account, and that financial statement will be communicated. So what is the objective of accounting? Objective of accounting is to prepare financial statement and communicate such statement in the report that is known as financial report. Understand what I am saying? So what is the objective accounting? Objective accounting is to prepare what? Financial statement, and then to communicate that information to what? User of financial statement. Got it? But can I say we can prepare financial statement only from where? Books of account. So it means recording become essential. The first accounting process become what? Journal. Second accounting process what? Ledger. This is the name of the book. What is the name of accounting process? First accounting process what? Recording. Second accounting process what? Classifying. There is third, fourth, fifth coming soon. Understood? So it means next class today this much only. बहुत हो गया आज के लिए. ठीक है. Today I have not done anything. I have not done anything. Only I was just giving an introduction of accounting to explain you कि what you have not done in your 11 and 12, and to just convey you what will be the learning process. It will be detailed learning process because you are doing CA professional course. Okay, chartered accountant should have expert knowledge of accounting. Beyond CA means accounting will be the as CA will be the expert in this field. So you should have all the knowledge of accounting. Correct? So tomorrow we will start from recording. Today this much only. Chalega. So for today this much only. Thank you very much. We'll meet tomorrow. Till then, bye bye. Take care. Enjoy your remaining day. Bye bye.